Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Thankful Thursday, December 19th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today needs no introduction. Please welcome back to the dollhouse, Eugene Bracy, for his third consecutive interview.
Hi.
Can
Hello.
you see me? Oh, am I coming? I guess I need to fix it a little bit.
Yeah, we saw was your eyes. I said all we saw was your eyes.
I, I know.
Yeah, move it down a little bit so we can see you. There we are.
There we go.
Perfect.
Hey!
Welcome back. Welcome back for our third interview as we close out the year heading into 2025. Now, the last time you were here, which was just this, yeah, last month, I want to say,
It was
back in November.
in October. It was right before my birthday. It was October 14th.
Yes, October. Uh,
Mhm.
well, we both shared a birthday, my mom as well, too, that month. So, what extra? I know you were working on some projects and things the last time you were here. So,
Mhm.
as we close out and go into the new year, because Christmas is next week, what are your holiday plans, my love? What do you have planned for next week?
Okay, well, starting the 21st is gonna be lit. The whole weekend is gonna be lit. So my cousin is having a Grinch party. So I just RSVP'd for that. So I gotta go find me a green sweater. I haven't found the green sweater yet. So the five in 2018, I went over there for the first time at her house, and she had an ugly sweater party. So now it's a Grinch party. So that's gonna be around 8 o'clock. I'm excited about that. The next day, my childhood friend, her mom is having a Sunday dinner at 2 o'clock, so we're gonna be there where we just all, drink, have play games, all the good food. And then at 7 that same day on the Sunday, my best friend is having a party at her house, but she's having a drink. It's with Kahlua, and it's like a hot peppermint like drink. So I got two parties to go to. I got to go to on Saturday and two to go to on Sunday. What you do?
What am I doing? Hopefully, my brother should be coming down to visit. As I shared yesterday on the show with Ener, I said that I've already completed my Christmas shopping. The last time I told you, I said I started mine's around my birthday month because our birthdays is around October,
Right.
same month. And I've already started my Christmas shopping early. So the good part about it is everybody's gift is wrapped. All I have to do is ship it out. Or my aunt might come over like we did last time. I don't know what my mother's gonna do because she hasn't been feeling her best lately. Because she did it. She cooked a little bit on Thanksgiving. It wasn't a whole lot, but last year, the year before, and I said this in our last interview, it was like, okay, she did all the cooking, I did the macaroni, and we just exchanged food. Everybody celebrated Thanksgiving in their own homes. But Christmas this year, I don't know if she's going to do Christmas dinner or not. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to see. I'm excited to see everybody's reaction to their gifts. So I've already started receiving gifts. I'm super excited. I'm not going to open, I already know what it is, but it's just for me, just the feeling of being able to open my presents on Christmas Day to be able to spend time. Another thing is being able to spend time with family. That's the best feeling. So I'll probably be home. I know I do have a show this Monday,
Okay.
and then after Christmas Day, yes, two shows that week, and then closing out the year. So it's like, okay, I get to celebrate my holiday break and then come back for the new season. Boom, we're here for season 19, which I'm super excited for. And in the process of working on getting things together behind the scenes for so that you guys can enjoy these guests that I have coming on. Not to mention, February, we've already got guests booked up.
Wow.
So it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited. When I tell y'all 2025 is going to be my year for pushing out amazing, great interviews, great content, great fashion, of course. So many great things in store for the year 25, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
That I feel the same way about that too. 'Cause, I'm also going. Me and my dad are driving to Rockford, Illinois, which is 2.5 hours from me. Taking a little road trip to see my aunt on Christmas Day. We did that last year, and that was our first time doing that together last year, and it was so much fun. My dad didn't know that I like all that old school music. I'm like, well, you and mom like had me grow up on this, so I'm playing old songs from like Phyllis Hyman, Anita
Oh,
Baker, Roy Ayers, like the Average White Band. Like, yeah, he didn't know I had the old soul like that, but I get it from y'all because I used to play these vinyl records all the time. Our parents had vinyls back then. So, did your mom
yes.
did your mom and dad have vinyls,
My
around?
dad did, and I remember telling y'all a story about that.
Mm.
The first vinyl that I ever seen growing up, because we were not allowed to touch his records. Like, who
Right, no,
put me
okay,
into
they had to
this
do it
when I
for
went to, yeah, yes. Y'all seen the
right.
episode of Everybody Hates Chris when he touched the record, he was told not to touch the record, and the record started skipping at the end? Oh, you know
Mm.
what was coming. So the
Oh, yeah.
first vinyl that I ever seen, I want to say was either it's a girl group back in the 70s called 3 Degrees. And
Yeah.
then the second one that I saw as well was Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. And I just looked at them. I was just in awe. So, yeah, my father still has those vinyls and then CDs. But my brother, I have a brother in New York, has a whole room. And when I tell you, Eugene, this whole entire room, from every artist that you just named, from Phyllis Hyman, Sade, I said, okay, because at the time, we went to New York when I was, what, 8 years old? I would have been 8, so 2001. And
Hmm.
at the time, Destiny's Child released Survivor. So I said, "How do you have that?" He was like, "No, I don't have it just yet." So my father surprised me, and God, I wish I found that poster with a huge Destiny's Child Survivor poster, and it was Michelle, Kelly, and Beyonce. And I wish I could find it.
I,
But my brother
I
had
I
every
think I
artist.
remember that. Yeah, I know what poster you talking about. Were they like on the island when they holding each other's hands with the
They're
survivor?
wearing blue and green. And this one they were wearing blue and green, and then it just had the Destiny's Child emblem at the top, and Beyonce was sitting in the middle. Kelly and Michelle were standing like behind her. So yeah,
Hmm.
and I know which one. That's actually inside. That's actually inside the album. So if you don't know what Eugene is talking about, you have to go and look it up. But yes, I wanted that album so bad, but I remember going to New York, looking at his room, and my brother showing my father taking us to show us my brother's house and going in there, and I was just in awe at how many vinyls and cassettes and CDs. Now my sister, she surprised me with the Destiny's Child album too, and which was Writings on the Wall. So I mean, they are both. It's like music runs in my family. They both collect albums, and then I started collecting CDs as well too. And when I was younger, since we're talking about vinyls, when I was younger, the first album that I ever got would have to be TLC's Fan Mail album.
Oh,
And I
oh my
remember
gosh.
I wore that cassette out, Eugene. Like we had a store. Y'all remember the store. And if you know, you know. FYE was the name of the store
Well,
at
that
the
was the
time.
best
And
store.
yes, if it's not FYE, then it is not Sam, not Sam's Club. It was Sam Goody, Sam something.
I know what you're
And
talking about. They have both
yes,
of those downtown in Chicago. Yeah.
and every album in there, I remember I had to go back and replace that cassette and keep replacing it. So I said, you know what? As I got older, I want to say maybe 19 or so, is when I bought two copies of the Fan Mail album. And I have those two copies. So I said, I'm not going to lose those again because that cassette, I wore that cassette out. So yes, let me see what 317 is saying. My granny still have her record player and will break your fingers if you touch it. Just one. Listen, we talked about that. Y'all seen the episode of Everybody Hates Chris where he was told not to touch that record player, and what happened at the end? That record started skipping. So it's important that we collect these things because I mean vinyls, they've never left. They're still here, and we see a lot of our favorite artists.
Hmm.
Beyonce did a vinyl for the Cowboy Carter album and then the Renaissance album, and if the rollout, the layout, everything is just gorgeous.
So,
So
what was your
yes,
favorite song, real fast? What was your favorite song on Fan Mail or song?
my favorite song from the Fan Mail album, it would have to be Unpretty. It would have to be Unpretty because T-Boz, she was spot on for everything. Like, we deal with so much in social construct in this world today of what people's beauty standards should be or what it should look like. So they were ahead of their time. And I remember watching both of them, T-Boz and Chili, doing an interview, and they were saying we were trying to be ahead of the culture. And look, the one of the interludes on the album is Vicky. So you know how we got Siri and Alexa right now? You can say, Alexa, turn the lights on. They were ahead of their time when they created the character Vicky. And it was
I
originally
remember.
because, yeah, Left Eye wanted to go solo during this album. So if you don't know the whole backstory, yes, they were on a massive tour. This album garnered so much success, and you've seen them raking in all these awards. This is after Crazy Sexy Cool, but Left Eye
Yeah.
wanted to go solo and do her own thing in the middle of their tour, and they were just like, no, we need to go ahead and hit all of these other countries in the United States as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that we hold on to these memories and cherish them, especially during the Christmas holidays.
Yeah, my favorite song was "Good at Being Bad." I liked all the rowdy songs. Look at me. You know what I'm talking about? That's track 6.
Yes. And then what's another one that I like from that album? My Life. Because Left Eye, she wrote that song, and it's definitely, a lot of people were saying she had like a Tupac influence on it. So I would say so too. If you go back and you listen to it, you have to really go back and listen to the lyrics. And then I was young, so I didn't know what I was singing. I have the what is it? The parental advisory
Yeah.
version, and then clean version because they put two versions out. And then there's another version in Japan where there's bonus tracks on it that were hitting that never were even released. So
Oh,
yeah,
you
they got some
you
good
heard them? I
music.
haven't heard them.
Yes. If you go on YouTube and put it in, there were some tracks that didn't make the cut of the album. So
Hmm.
yeah. Hmm.
Yep. And then we actually saw the fan mail concert on pay-per-view. Like my mom, I think she ordered
Yeah.
or giving away a free concert or something. When I tell you that concert was so lit, Stevie, like they were so energetic then. Like they was dancing like from beginning to end. It was like a Janet Jackson concert,
Oh
but
yeah.
3 people.
And
Yeah.
it was in Madison Square Garden. So
Um.
that was the same place where Janet did the Velvet Rope tour. Yes.
Okay. Mm.
And it was huge. It was packed. But the set design was completely different than how Janet Jackson did hers.
Right.
Even though hers, yeah, hers was a little bit before the fan mail tour, because the fan mail tour was like what, 2000,
Yeah.
99, 2000, it was
Mhm.
2000, and it was massive. It was a lot of people there, so wasn't an empty seat in that stadium.
Yeah. And then her All For You, Janet's All For You tour, I remember watching that on HBO. That was lit too. That was like amazing. All these, oh, it's bringing back memories.
And and it's so great. These are Christmas gifts that you guys can give to somebody who collects music, who is a music lover. And I know my brother, like I said, in New York, is a massive music lover. Like when I went there when I was 8 years old, the first thing that I asked him, I said, okay, do you have this artist? I was just calling out artists. I think Tina Turner was one of the artists that I called. Um, and then I asked my sister because I just keep picturing his room with all of these albums. I mean, the room was covered from wall to ceiling with like shelves of all of these different black music artists. I mean, from, you mentioned Phyllis Hyman and Anita Baker. He had that. He had, of course, TLC, but I think it was the first album.
Mhm.
And my sister couldn't even get it for me, so I had to go and buy myself a copy. Like I said, when the album broke, because I had the cassette at the time, and they don't make those anymore. But luckily for me, I still have some of my cassettes. Um, and then one of the albums that I requested was Lil Kim's Hardcore album.
Ooh. I
Oh
think
yeah,
all of the kids requested
Lil
that.
Rod.
We had no business
Yes,
listening, to it,
my
but it
sister
was
said,
so.
you not getting this one. So this is what she sent me. She sent me the Destiny's Child Number One's album, and then she sent me the Writings on the Wall. So she sent me basically two Destiny's Child albums, which is what
Good
I liked. So
choices.
yeah, great choices. influences. I didn't get dangerously in love until years later. That's when I started buying my own music. But my sister, she shipped them right down from New York. She don't do that no more. She's into writing children's books now. But yeah, when I requested hardcore, I wanted to share that story. When I requested Lil Kim's hardcore, she was like, that's too explicit. And then as I
Yeah.
got older, I want to say 20, I'm 31 now. So I went back and I listened to it. I said, let me see what my sister don't want me listening to. So, and
Man.
if you listen to the intro, let's just say if you listen to Notorious B.I.G., may God rest his soul, one of the greats, if you listen to his intro to one of his albums, I think is Ready to Die, one of them, where he has the baby on the cover. If you listen to that intro on that album, is almost similar to the intro on Lil Kim's album, and that's what people were saying.
Mhm.
But it was different, coming from a perspective as a woman, because this is her, this is everything that she's saying, what she likes, what she wants to do. So yes, I have the hardcore album now, and I have my fan mail, the clean version, and then the parental advisory version. And then another one of the albums that I got into, of course, was the Mary J. Blige My Life album. But
Yeah.
before I got the Life album, it was What's the 411, and I had that on cassette. That wore out, and then the store closed down. Fye closed down.
That was a
So
tragedy.
yes, and then I think it was K Tooks. K Tooks was telling us, and you guys remember this for the fashion dolls out there, and tell my age a little bit, where you flip through the magazines and you could order a certain, I think it was Rough House or one of those companies, where you could order a certain amount of CDs for $1, and as many as you wanted, and you could order either cassette or CD, as many as you wanted, and they ship them out to you. And it's one of the companies, I think it's Rough House. So you could select, you have to give the number of the album and everything, and then you go in and you make your order, or for a penny. So they don't do that no more. But
No.
we've come a long way as far as music has advanced, and as far as the industry has gone to show. Now people are doing vinyls. They're actually Coco from SWV. J. Michael is a vinyl collector. Yes, her son J. Michael J is into collecting vinyls. For those of you who don't know, now my father still has his vinyls, but me, you got to be very, very careful with them. Very, very careful with the record player, and as Naptown mentioned, and also with the record itself, because if you scratch that, that's it, and it's like, okay,
Yeah. Like what you was saying, like, our parents will not let you touch them. So they be like, hey, you want to listen to it? They carefully get it out. They
mm,
flip it around. They put that spray on it. They place it on it. They place the needle properly like it's supposed to. Then you listen to it. And then when it's time to flip on the B side, I'm going to come back out the room, flip it over. We're going to spray it, and then you play it. You do not touch it. One time, my cousin was we was playing Rick James. Was it? No, it was Mary Jane, and he wanted to be DJ and start trying to. I said, don't do that. We will die. We will die. And my dad would come down, see you doing that. It's coughing for her. But he was trying to be a DJ, like bad as hell. No, I was like, you're not about to kill me. This is my dad's house. He gonna get me first, then get you. Yeah. So
and,
you cannot touch the vinyl.
and yes, that's another thing. The turntables, like people still do it, but I mean, scratching it is a form of art. It is a form of music. It's a form of making music, but not that kind of scratching. You can't scratch on those type of albums, though.
He was
Maybe
11
at a
years
party,
old.
it's
He didn't know
different.
what he was doing. He was no. He was gonna get us killed. So no,
Oh,
no, no.
yes, but they're hard to come by, and to anybody out there, I know they're auctioning off albums. Like a lot of people have albums. I know for me, another one that I really, really want to have in my collection is Diana Ross's Silk Electric album,
I
and
don't know.
it's
I never
like
heard
the
that one.
Andy. Yeah, it's like she's in the Andy Warhol. You know what Andy Warhol? Y'all guys have seen Andy
Yeah,
Warhol.
it's
Yes.
like yeah. I know what painting you talking about. It's like four. It's like two on each, something like that.
Yes. And the album was pink and it has her face on it. It's like Warhol. We've seen Marilyn Monroe and Warhol. They did it for Chicken Noodle Soup. Like Warhol was a thing, but if you go back and look up, the album's called Silk Electric by Diana Ross. I have been trying to find that on CD because I know they have it on the vinyl. And
Hmm.
I don't have a record player. I have a CD player, but I don't have a vinyl. But my father, that would be something right up his alley, because I am a big Diana Ross lover. And if you guys pay attention to when I take the pictures for the photo of the day, she's pictured on my wall. I have two photos of Diana Ross. So you guys take note, look into the background. It's up there. But yes, that is one album I would not mind having. So, and then her Red album, where it's like the whole album covers red, but you can still see her face, still see her hair. I think it's self-titled Diana Ross. So
Yes. And
yes,
if you haven't, I would definitely suggest Minnie Riperton's "Come Into My Garden." Have you heard that one?
and I'm a big Minnie Riperton fan. I love her. It's
But not
so
that one.
I don't have that one. It's a lot of albums that I would love to get. I mean, you've mentioned Phyllis Hyman. Phyllis Hyman Under Her Spell is one that I
Mm.
would love to get as well too. And it's just like people want an arm and a leg for these vinyls.
Yeah,
They're so
the
high.
partners.
And I remember Jay, he went to go try to look, because you guys know that Jay's mom is Coco from SWV. He went to go and tried to buy their very first debut album, which is It's About Time.
Hmm.
Do y'all know that EP on vinyl, that album was about $400. That's how much someone wanted it for. And Coco said, "No, we are not doing that. I'm not about to pay that much for my album, for my piece of work." But it would
That's ridiculous.
be something that she reached out to the seller and say, "Excuse me, uh, I don't think I'm gonna pay this much for something that I recorded through decades of hard work touring and performing." So it would be something that she would reach out to that seller. But yeah, they want $400.
That's robbery because when I was up hanging out with some of my coworkers up north, we went to a vinyl shop and my friend, I mean they're a little pricey now, but I believe my coworker bought Purple Rain album for like $30.
I love Prince. That I
That
have
was
a
my
Prince
first. He was
album.
my first concert. I think I told say that in one of the other interviews, but he was my first concert at 11. And at first I was like,
Wow.
"Mom, I don't know." I'm like, "I like him, but he kind of strange. I'm like, he a little weird." She was like, "Trust me, we're gonna go to this concert. You gonna like it." And I already paid for the tickets. Went to that concert when that man played that guitar, did a couple of splits, and was singing. Like, it was amazing. I was like, I want to. This is the most best concert I've ever been to. And she took me again when I was like 26, 27. So I saw
Mm.
Prince twice.
He is so innovative, and when you said splits, I'll never forget the most funniest thing. Y'all know why I smiled. I mention it all the time. If you go back, this has never happened before. You have James Brown, the Godfather of Soul, the King of Pop, and you have the artist himself, Prince, standing on that same stage together. That's
I just wanted
never.
the BET Award.
No, this was years,
Oh,
way before the BET Awards even came into the picture. And they did a performance together. I think James Brown welcomed them both because at the time they were both on fire.
that
And Prince,
I've seen an old clip of that. Yep, yep, yep.
yes, you know where I'm
Oh,
going.
okay,
This,
yes.
this genius got up on top of the light pole, y'all. And when I tell y'all, I was screaming. Prince tipped the whole light pole over, and the audience caught him. It was like how you know how the rock stars at the concerts, they do the crowd surfing.
Mm,
They caught him. They were just cheering him on. Like Prince would do all kinds of stuff throughout his performances, and I mean, he would literally put his foot up on the piano, the buttless pants. I mean, he was just genius. It was
yeah.
artistry. People didn't understand it, but another thing about that I loved about him is just like how Sade is mysterious, Prince is mysterious. You never know what you're going to get during their performances. And it's like Lil Kim. Lil Kim is shy. Michael Jackson, shy. But when they get on stage, they transform into a completely different person. And that's what Prince was. That's what Sade was. That's what Aaliyah was. Mysterious. They, you seen their art, and if you go back and you listen to their artistry, their music tells the story for them. But when they do their interviews, it's just like, very demure, very soft spoken. But Prince was very vocal about certain things too. But
Yeah.
that performance will always stand in my head because I remember at Thanksgiving dinner the last year before, this is way before the pandemic, my uncle put it on television and I saw the performance and I said, wait a minute, Prince, Michael Jackson, and James Brown in the same room together on stage. Never in my lifetime have I seen anything like
I
this.
wish I was alive to see that. That was before we was born. I wish wish I would have been a fly on the wall or been in that room to see that. That's like, oh, and they're all gone now.
Man, if I could find that Purple Rain vinyl, I know people want a grip for that one too because the film was so iconic. I mean, like it sold out in box offices. So I know a lot of people want to go and get that EP. Now, however, I do have a Prince Purple Rain shirt because I like a lot of graphic tees to throw on when I'm going out or whatever. But the vinyl itself, yes, you're going to pay a grip for that. The same way you would pay a grip for the SWV It's About Time album because that's their first debut album. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I have a beautiful Sade shirt. She's she's dressed as a mermaid, and so the shirt is black, and then it's her and her body and everything is all gold, and she's like kind of hunched over with her head in her arms, and she's dressed as a mermaid. I haven't got like a kind of crazy looks from like guys at the barbershop, like why are you wearing a shirt about with a mermaid? But I'm like, it's not just a mermaid, it's Sade, okay? Like get in tune with that, like it's
And
Sade.
they probably listen to her music more than likely
They
because
or they
Sade,
did, and their
again,
parents did. Their parents definitely did, and that's on me and my friends' bucket list. We definitely want to see a Sade concert, and I heard some rumors a few months prior that she may be coming out with something new. You know, she come out every 15 years, so we gotta go see her when she come out. So that's on our bucket list. Gotta see because my all-time favorite song by Sade is "Kiss the Life." I just think it's just so beautiful.
I like that one and then The Sweetest Taboo. The Sweetest Taboo, I remember the video like it was yesterday. She had her hair pulled back. She had on like how can I say it, like a cardigan and some jeans. Of course, the red lip. And it
Hmm.
was like this reddish orange background. The band was playing. It was raining outside. Like Sade's just like an escape away from the world. Again, she's a mystery. People don't
Yeah.
understand her. The same way for Prince. Prince is mysterious as well too. And they barely do interviews. I mean, every blue moon you would see them do interviews, but their artistry speaks for itself. And it's just like when you hear a Sade song come on the radio, Your Love Is King can come on, Smooth Operator could come on, and it does something to you. Like she has that effect.
By your side.
Oh yeah. It's and
Hmm.
her voice so soothing, so relaxing, and she just had a way of just getting you to put you at ease. And she does have a new single out. That is right, brother. Shout outs to my brother K Tooks,
What's it
host
called?
of the K Tooks spot, Young Lion, and she dedicated it to her trans son. Beautiful song, and I just could not stop crying listening to that song
It's
because
called Young Lion.
yes, Young Lion. And the video it shows her son growing up and their relationship, their bond, the bond between any mother and a child. It's beautiful. Yeah, you going it's a tearjerker. So
Oh,
for sure you're gonna cry listening to it. It's called Young Lion. And when I seen the post that she was gonna be releasing a single, I said, "Oh, let me go check it out." And I went right there and I punched it in and I typed it out. Beautiful song, and I promise you, you will cry. Watching the video, listening to the song, you will cry.
wow.
Because Lord knows I
I'm
will.
gonna, I'm gonna watch it when I get off this with you. I had no idea, and I'm usually so up to par. I didn't even know. Well, I
Yeah.
learned something new today.
Now, if she goes on tour, that would be the highlight of 2025 if Sade goes on tour. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, and then let me tell you, if Destiny's Child go on tour and all five of them are gonna be there, I'm buying the most expensive ticket. Like that's something I would like to see for sure.
Me too. I mean, it was great to see Beyonce and Kelly together on stage for Madam VP Harris. But
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, Michelle, right now, Michelle is doing Death Becomes Her. So you guys can see Michelle on Broadway. But it will be good to see all of them together. I know Latoya's doing her thing. She is out here acting. Latavia has a makeup
She's
line. Um,
good.
Kelly's doing her thing as well, too. And it's just like they're all moms now. Like each girl in the group, except for Michelle. Michelle doesn't have any kids
Right.
or anything, but she is
Mhm.
out here killing it on Broadway. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen Death Becomes Her. So that's a cult. That is a cult classic that will stand the test of time. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us have seen that. And of course, The Wiz. But Death Becomes Her, yeah, she's killing it.
Um, yeah, I want to see that. And she was out here before it went to Broadway. She was out here at the Cadillac Theater, and I missed it. I would love to see it. So have you seen the Broadway play?
I have seen. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the reviews of her and snippets. Like people won't post the full thing; they will post a snippet.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't. I would love to see that. And I saw Wicked. Did you see Wicked? What did you think of Wicked?
I want to see it. I've heard mad reviews about it. Cynthia, first of all, let me say this: Cynthia Erivo, dynamic. Ariana Grande,
Yeah,
dynamic. Just these two women together on screen. From looking at the trailers, from looking at the visuals and clips and trailers of the film, everything. These two women did an outstanding job.
yeah. It was like I saw it. I would say December 4th, and I almost didn't finish it because me and my mom got. I don't know if the popcorn was bad or whatever, but we had got sick with food poisoning from the popcorn. My mom couldn't even stay that long. She was like, "You," because the movie theater is across the street from her house. She's like, "You stay and enjoy the movie. I just need to. I gotta go collect myself. I don't feel well." So I checked on her. She was fine. So I stayed and watched the movie, and it was phenomenal. It was 3 hours long, but it was worth it. I mean, the singing, the sets were beautiful, and the fact that she was flying in the air while singing. Do you know how impossible, how hard that is to do? Where you're
Oh yeah.
actually flying within a harness, and she's flipping upside down and everything, and she's still keeping her breath and everything. Like it was amazing, so amazing.
And not only that, but Jeff Goldblum. They say Jeff Goldblum always did an outstanding job as well too.
He did. He did. I mean, Jeff Goldblum is a icon. I mean, like I started knowing who he was when I saw Jurassic Park, but his
Mm-hmm.
resume goes way beyond that because I saw him like an early role when he did a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland in 1978. Great film, terrifying, but Jeff Goldblum's amazing. Michelle Yeoh did well
Oh
as
yeah.
Madame Morrible. I think I'm saying her name right. But Cynthia Erivo was like stole that whole show. And then I've started seeing different clips of her performing different songs, different tributes on YouTube. Like she did Alfie in tribute for Dionne Warwick. Gave me chills. She did a song called "I Who Have Nothing," and people who have done that song before her: Shirley Bassey,
Oh
Benny
yeah.
King, Tom Jones. But she killed it, and she put a little opera in it. Like lady, she can sing opera, and she can whistle a song. She whistled "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" on Jimmy Fallon, and it was beautiful. She sounded like a blue jay. It's beautiful.
And K2 says my brother says Wicked, my favorite song on Wicked is Define Gravity. Now there's a whole
Yes, that's my favorite
challenge.
song too.
Everybody was trying to do that note that she did.
The
And
War
it's just
Cry.
like it can't be duplicated. You can't do it, but it was so funny to watch people try to do it though.
Yeah, I probably sound like a dying cat. I ain't even tried.
It
I'm not.
was hilarious to watch everybody try to sit there and do this challenge. And I'm just like, she mastered it so beautifully. But I've been seeing the interview clips of her on Jimmy Fallon and all of these other talk shows. Drew Barrymore, she was everywhere. Like, this film is fire, and people are talking about it.
You gotta go see it, and I cannot wait till part two comes out around Thanksgiving of next year. It's gonna be so lit. And then yes, and Defying Gravity is like one of my favorite songs. It's beautiful. It's powerful. It's about being triumphant. It has a great message to it. And then she really smoked another song, The Wizard and I.
Oh yeah,
Amazing. And of course, we can't
absolutely.
forget Popular by Glenda. That was awesome too. It was just a great, great film. And like I know it's gonna win a lot of awards. And I hope that Cynthia wins a Academy Award for it.
The same here. Like, she's just an amazing actress, and then her and Jennifer Hudson as well too. They both did Wicked, so it was great to see them reunite on her show and sing a song together. Because we all know our girl Jennifer. It comes from Broadway, it comes from studying. I mean, American Idol, all these things. She's done it.
Mm.
So to see them to be able to perform, like Cynthia Erivo, she is one that I could definitely see lasting in the world of just being able to transfer over from Broadway to theater to being on set on film. She is one that I could see doing it for a very,
And
very long time.
she's almost at the EGOT status. She's almost at the EGOT status. It's one that I don't think she don't have the Oscar yet, but she got everything else. Emmys, Grammy, Tony. We just waiting. She about to get it though. And then I haven't seen her. I didn't get a chance to see her play Aretha. Did you see her play Aretha Franklin in Genius?
Yes, I did. I sure did.
Was it amazing? I know it was.
She did a great job. It's like any character, her, Jennifer Hudson, Viola Davis, they pick, they bring that character to life. And they do it so fierce. So shout outs to Cynthia Erivo. And we can't forget our girl, Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande did a great
She
job
did an
too.
amazing job. And there was some note she hit that was like operatic. I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. Like it's just amazing. Like they gave me chills in the movie theater. Like this, I didn't even care it was like 3 hours long. I'm like, it was just worth it. I almost would go see it again. I'm thinking about taking my mom again since she didn't feel well. So I'm like, no, we gotta go see it again. I'll sit through it again.
Yes, I want to see it. I want to see what is the rave about, because they said that the film sold out in box offices
Yeah.
everywhere. A lot of people went to go see it. So I want to go see what the rave is about. And they were talking about how outstanding the whole cast, from Michelle to Jeff to Cynthia to Ariana, just the whole cast, the visual, everything was just so dynamic and put together. And then come to find out there's a sequel. But people have been giving spoiler alerts, and I'm like, no,
No.
don't give no spoiler alert. I want to see it for myself. I want to see it for myself.
Yeah, and then also they took a chance on one of the actresses, the actress who played Elphaba's sister. She's wheelchair bound, and then
Yeah.
she had an interview saying that she was so grateful because they're not giving people with disabilities. They don't really give people with a lot of disabilities a lot of roles and everything, and so she's pretty much paving the way for that as well. I thought that was amazing, and that's the first time they cast somebody with a disability as that character. 'Cause they might have done it once on Broadway, but like this is definitely like the first time, like as far as in a film, like it's they have someone with disability, and so she's paving the way for a lot of actors as well. So that was pretty phenomenal.
Yes,
So
absolutely. So if you guys haven't seen Wicked, please go and check it out. I would say go out and check out a bunch of new films if you like Wicked. If you like so much more to come. There's going to be a lot of readaptations to a lot of things coming to Broadway, coming to theater. So be on the lookout for that this 2025. I would say go out here and do your eat, pray, love journey these next 4 years. Enjoy every single thing. So I know I'm going to be spending those 4 years taking the time to build up content. And to all of these film directors, shout outs to the film directors and the producers and writers for Wicked, because they did just an overall dynamic job. And I must say that it is 10 thumbs or tens across the entire board for this project right here. because when I seen the trailer first came out, I'm like, okay, this is something that I gotta see, and I still
Yes,
want to see it. I'm so busy, I haven't been able to make it to the theaters, but I want to go see it. So, a couple of things you want to strike off on your bucket list: get out here and go check out some films. Get out here and go check it out. So, if you haven't, and I think it would be a great Christmas gift too. If you don't have nothing to do for the holidays, go and check you out a film. Definitely.
yeah, because I don't get a chance to go to the movies as much no more. It seems like when COVID hit, I don't know, it kind
Oh
of
yeah.
like going to the movies is a little went slightly downhill now, but we're trying to come back. So I do enjoy seeing that. I've seen a couple movies. I saw the latest that last Alien movie that came out because I like my horror movies and sci-fi movies. So Alien Romulus, I saw that at the theaters. That was fun to watch. It gave a lot of
Oh yeah.
a nod to the original and everything. So I've seen that. But Wicked was the last one I saw. I missed Gladiator though. Gladiator 2 with Denzel Washington.
Now he talking about retiring. No, don't. And from what I read somewhere, they were saying that they were going to add him to be a part of the
Black.
final Black Panther.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And he's also gonna do Othello, and then he's doing King Lear. He said so. He's doing some Shakespeare. He's going out in style though, like because I've done Shakespeare in college. It's hard as hell, and like to go out in that fashion, that would be great. We're never gonna be ready, but with all due respect, I know he's a little over 70. And he's been doing this for like 50 years, so he does want to
Yeah.
retire. But no, I'm not. You can give us another 20 years. Maybe you want to slow down a little bit, take break in between. You know, we love Denzel, so we can wait till you're 90. But I understand. Okay. Because they want Robert Englund to still do Freddy Krueger, and he was like, I'm 80, I got all this problems, I got the back problems and stuff. I'm tired. So we gotta give him respect to bow out gracefully. Because I would love for Robert, because nobody can do Freddy Krueger like Robert Englund. But like, he's 80. So.
And the thing for me is, Morgan Freeman is still out here acting, y'all. Morgan Freeman is
Yeah,
still going. I remember Jennifer Hudson interviewed him, and she was saying, "What is the key to longevity?" He was like, "I just keep going. I'm not ready to give up." And another person who does, Marla Gibbs,
yes,
227, still acting.
yes. Right. And Betty White did it and up until she passed away. She
Oh
was 99.
yeah,
Now, I hope that's going to be me. I want that to be me.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
It's coming. It's coming in due time. And my brother says Denzel isn't going to retire. When I seen it, I'm like, no, he can't. It's just like, who was it? It was Tony Braxton. She said, okay, I'm going to retire from music. I'm like, no, you still got song left in you. Don't retire yet. Wait till you get up there. And then when you get up there, say, okay, this is my time for me to hang it up, and pass or what I like to say, pass that torch on to somebody else.
Yeah. And a lot of them be saying they're going to retire, but they just be trying, I think they just be trying to pull our strings because, like, how many times has Jay-Z said that, and then after the Fade to Black album, he then came back. And a lot of these performers, especially singers, be saying it. And like even how Tiana Taylor said that she was retiring. I understand that because like she don't feel like that she got enough respect in the music industry, and she is underrated because she is wonderful. But I let's believe in the next couple of years she gonna come out with another album. She probably might gonna have like new management or something. But they always say they're gonna retire, but they don't. So we'll see.
Yes, I say keep going, and you never know. You never know what could happen. So keep going. The future is always in your hands if you just keep going, keep creating. Even with me, right now I'm 31. I started the platform when I was like a teenager, right after high school, like in my 20s, 19, I want to say 18, right after high school, fresh. I didn't know what I was doing. Now that I'm 31, I'm still going, still going. So maybe when I get like in my 60s or 70s, I'll probably stop doing it. But I want to keep continuing to keep speaking truth to power. And more importantly, keep encouraging people. If you have a dream or a passion, it's never too late. I've seen people in their damn near 70s say, I want to go back to school. I want to major in something.
Yeah,
I want to do this. It's
and
never
they
too late.
graduated. They graduated.
Yep.
There was one lady I saw a few months ago. She graduated. She was like almost 90, and she walked across that stage. And I think it's totally beautiful.
Yes. And we know that there's ageism in this business. We know for sure, for certainly, they're just like, okay, you're young and youthful if you got it, if you're in your 20s. But I'm just like, what about in your 50s? I say keep going. Keep going.
Yeah,
You're in your 50s, 60s. Like when I saw Morgan Freeman, and I love me some Morgan Freeman, I'm like, he is the epitome of icon because this man has done so many roles and he's still out here acting. He's still going. So keep persevering.
yeah, and then also I saw an interview. I know you know who Clifton Powell is. He's been
Oh yeah.
around for forever, and so he was on Wendy Williams. And my best friend, who also watches your show, she always like refers back to that interview because he said that he didn't really get popular until he was 38 years old. He had done so many like bit roles and everything, but his career didn't really hit off till he was 38. And back in my 20s and teens, I thought that if I wasn't going to be famous by the time I was like before 30, I thought it was going to be done for me because I was like, I want to be like the Twilight kids, be great and youthful
Right.
but the best and juiciest roles come at a middle age. I'm 39. I'll be 40 next October, so I feel like it's going to hit for me then. And I don't really look my age to people, so I can still get those early 30 roles. So I definitely believe in keep going.
And the same here for myself. And a lot of people that are in their 30s, when you as we get up here, because when you hit 30, it's like a milestone has changed for sure. It's like that light bulb goes off, and you're just like, okay, I gotta keep going. It's a different mindset.
Yeah,
But as you get in 50s, as you get up in your 40s and in your 50s, we start to see things differently. It's like, okay, I'm in a place where I'm content, where I'm set. If whatever happens, happens. I can't change that. So when you get in your 50s, because I remember someone telling me this, they said, just wait till you're in your 50s. You'll see what we're saying. You're just at a point in your life where you just don't care. You just don't care. You're content, but you want to do
yeah.
more. So yeah,
You got any plans for New Year's? Do you any party or throwing a party?
I'm probably gonna be just taking that time to relax, regroup before the new year comes back in, and getting things set in motion for Style by Stevie for the 19th season. So that's probably what I'm gonna be doing. Typically, we would go out and we would shoot fireworks with family, but my brother's not here. That was when we were younger kids, or
Mm.
they might have a fireworks show down here. So I don't know what they're gonna do or what they have planned to ring in the new year, but I know around 11 or 12 o'clock last time I fell asleep, it's probably going to wake me up and I'm probably going to go and watch that.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna be at somebody's party. I never brung in the as an adult. I have not brung in the New Year alone. So I have yeah. So it's gonna be champagne and tequila everywhere until midnight and after midnight.
and then yeah, we feel it the next day. I was trying to get a guest set for the next season. They're just like, okay, you want to have me on the second because that's when we return back. They was like, you want to have me on right after New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, after I'm hungover, and I'm like, okay.
Right.
I
You
get your
know.
point. Let's do the third. So we
Yeah.
pushed it up, pushed the interview date up. So yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that, and I'm off. I'm off on the second, but I don't. I wouldn't trust myself either because I would come on here looking scary. I'd be like, Stevie, I like, how could I probably won't perform a sentence? So I think the third is the best bet. Smart, smart.
Pushed it up. We pushed it up, but I did manage to get somebody to come on with me for the second. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited to be back. New guests, new everything. Hydrate with water prevents the hangovers. Oh yeah. That
Oh, and
that is
yeah. What was I gonna say? The not Powerade, but Gatorade too. Gatorade always helps me with those electrolytes for sure. Get you a grape or a cool blue, put it in the freezer for a couple of hours, and then when you wake up, you take it out and drink it while it's slushy. That hangover will go away in 30 minutes.
That'll do it. Cause my guess
Woo!
he was not trying to come on the second, but I got someone for that date.
Mm-hmm.
Thigh
Oh yes,
matriarch
yes.
says, "Hey boo,
That's my best friend. Yes, yeah, I forgot to say I had an interview. I forgot to tell her I had an interview today. Yes, she watches every time. Yeah, each time I've been on, she's watches. I believe she's watched without me as well. She loves your show.
thank you so much for admiring my show, for coming, for thanking and just coming in and supporting me, my love. And again, if you missed it, if you're just joining, Style by Stevie, our 19th season will return January 2nd at 4 p.m. We do the platform every day at 4 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in. We have some great guest interviews lined up. And I know I've interviewed a lot of people, a lot of big names like Eugene here, a lot of people, but for this season, I said I wanted new faces. I wanted all new faces. I wanted all new faces because you guys have seen me sat with some of the biggest names, I mean, in the industry, all over. But I said I want to give new people a shot. It's a new year, so you're going to see some new faces and you might see some familiar faces come back for the next season. And of
Okay.
course, it's going to be elevated with the fashion. The fashion is going to be elevated. The glamour is going to be elevated. And I'm just excited to see what the new year is going to bring as far as technology, as far as creativity, as far as creating content. I know TikTok is going to be, we going to see, it's up in the air. But
Yeah, that's come about banning it.
yes, so
Mm.
fingers crossed. I pray that they don't because we need that. We need TikTok. But as far as creativity goes, I'm interested to see what a lot of people are going to be doing these next 4 years, going into a decade. For me, I said I'm going to make it my business to keep myself busy. Plus, writing for the magazine publication. You guys know that I write for Original Magazine UK. So we have something coming out with that. I'm looking forward to the new article that is going to be published. And then, of course, hosting this platform. Um, and then remember, Dev Martell invited me to come on his show. So make sure you guys please go and check out the Dev Martell show on YouTube. So definitely a lot of great things in 25.
Yeah,
I already started working on my vision board, and I talked about that in either my first or second interview with Eugene. I said I like to do vision boards.
yeah,
So the vision
yeah.
board is complete. Um, and I might do another video or boomerang so you guys can see it. I posted it in my story, and you guys know the stories expire a certain time if you don't go and view it real quick. But I posted it not too long ago. So make sure you guys get on that. Write down what you want to do. Manifest, work on things. I must say also that I'm going to be taking time pouring into myself. So we make a lot of resolutions. So my advice to anybody is make sure that you are taking time and pouring into yourself as well too as we head into the new year.
I'm definitely going to start writing more. Like I think I told you in my first and second interview, I did a screenplay. It was based on it was an origin story of a character I did where I played a serial killer. So, well, it didn't. Well, that project it kind of fell through, but I was thinking about revamping it, and also I was going to do write a piece on bullying. You know, anybody who has been a victim of bullying, especially in their youth and stuff. I was gonna make turn it into a thriller. I don't know if I want to do a drama or a thriller, but it's gonna be intense with little increments of comedy in it. So I definitely want to get writing off the ground. And just to let you know, after we talked, and so in November I did a short film where I played was my first lead role. I played a lead, very dramatic. Where in that film my mom passed away from cancer, so it's about dealing with loss and grief and
Oh,
everything. So that will come out next year. I'll definitely keep you posted about the premiere, give you information about that. And I shot a commercial for it's a new casino by my mom's house. I shot it the day after I saw Wicked, and like I told you, me and my mom had food poisoning, so I still had food poisoning on set. And then when I
ah,
got off set, I'm sorry, when I got out the movie theater, I checked my email and I got booked for the day before. So after I got out of the movie theater, was going through the stomach, flu thing, and it was like, oh, you got booked. Can you come tomorrow to do to do this commercial? So I was sick. I had to rush to the barber shop to get all nice and lined up. Couldn't even sit still in the theater in the barber chair because I was sick. And then I end up having to go to work, do 12 hours, and then have to rush to set an hour later to do the commercial. But the commercial should be it's Wind Creek Casino. That should be on their website soon. I'm not sure when. Just
Got
to let you all know.
to stay tuned.
Yes.
And you did this commercial with food poisoning. So hats off to you. Listen, you got to push through. If you're not feeling your best, and I remember, you guys remember I told y'all this. I did a show with a sinus infection. And after I did that show with the sinus infection, I said, you know what? That's it for me. And I came back that week. And I came back that week, and it was as if I never left. So sometimes you got to push through those challenges, sickness,
You
whatever it
did.
may be.
You do.
Yeah.
I couldn't even eat. They had provided breakfast for us, and it was like they had eggs and bacon and sausage and coffee. And I tried to eat it, but I'm like, oh, these eggs they scrambled a little too soft. I don't trust myself. So it was just like it was crazy. But like once we started filming it, and then the commercial, and we had to get all amped up, I just forgot all about the sickness. It's just like when you love something, you push through it and you
Oh
make
yeah.
sacrifices no matter how you feel, and then once you start doing it and those cameras start rolling in your action, you forget all about it and you become that other person. So it's all about sacrifice, guys. You gotta make sacrifices.
Yes, indeed. So we hope you all took something from today's show, Fashion Dolls, as far as making sacrifice. Today we talked about New Year's resolutions, heading into 2025, Christmas holiday plans. So before we close out, because it's always great chatting with you, Eugene,
You
what
too.
are some gems that you would like to tell people as we close out and go into the new year? Because it seemed like, okay, next week is Christmas, and before you know it, we will be in 2025. This year flew by so fast, y'all.
Well, I would just say if you got something, a passion in your heart, or something you think about every day, automatically do it. And don't be afraid to fail because failing, you're going in order to be successful, you have to fail. You have to fall down, and failing is just not like failing where you give up. It's just you learn from your mistakes and you try like a different route. If one door closes, you knock down the other one. You just keep going. You climb a fence, barbed wire fence, and you have to you keep going, no matter what, because there's going to be a lot of obstacles in your way. So I would just say, just keep going, no matter what. Don't be afraid to try new approaches. Try things that scare you as well. Like I would like to take singing lessons. I've been told I can hold a note, and then I've had people tell me, "Well, you're getting too old now, but try that out." But like, no, definitely try singing lessons. I would. I'm not really a musical person, but I don't mind like trying musical theater once. I want to try Shakespeare again because it. I just feel like I didn't really conquer it like I wanted to in college. Like we had to do Hamlet, and it was just like not clicking. Like I did grow as an artist, but I feel like to tackle singing, tackle Shakespeare, tackle stuff that I'm afraid of, and to just give it 200%. You'll never know until you try. If you always wanted to try piano, I wanted to take piano lessons. Try that. Just don't be afraid to try something that you're afraid of. Just knock it out and give it 200%. You'll never know how far you go.
And to add on to what Eugene just said, I'm going to leave you guys with today's final thought, which is preparedness is like breathing. If you don't, you perish. So prepare yourselves. Write things down as we go into 2025. As I've mentioned with the vision board, create a plan of what you want to work on going into the new year. But also be mindful. I posted a quote, and that was this morning. I said, well, you make sure that you take time for yourself. Make sure you're also taking time for yourself as well, too. And that you are pouring into yourself because we, as human nature, human instinct, we give so much of ourselves to the world. We're always pouring, and you can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure that you are taking that time to pour into yourself as well too, your mental health, your wellness, your well-being as we go into the new year. We want to purge it and go into the new year fabulous, healthy. And I know that was one thing that I put on my vision board, is that I want to go into the new year with a clear mindset. And I did it in white because my other vision board was yellow. The other one was, I think, either purple or black or blue, one of those three colors. But this one I said, with us going into a new year, because every new year is a new start. It's a blank or a clean slate because you're starting over. You don't know what's to come. So go into the new year being prepared. Another thing, make sure that you guys are taking care of yourself as well too mentally. If you have to log out or tune out, tune out. Write things down. Find things that work for you. As it's still a learning process for me too. I've learned to kind of master the art, as my mom would say, see and don't see. Yes, you see things, but make sure that you are being mindful, being vigilant as well too. And that is all I have to say, Fashion Dolls, as far as closing out and heading into the new year. So, Eugene, where can everyone follow you? Always a pleasure checking you out, and we got to get you in for the 19th season. So, we're
Yes,
going to set that up.
I would love to come back. But you can follow me on Facebook at just simply Eugene Bracy. That's Eugene. B as in boy, Racy. You can follow me here on Instagram at ebracy07. So yes, Snapchat, I'm barely on there, but these two main platforms that you can find me on. I should have some good stuff for you all next year, a couple of projects, and I look forward to sharing them with you all.
Well, there you have it, Fashion Dolls, Eugene, Bracy, and we're going to have you back for my 19th season. We're going to set that up.
Yes.
Now, joining me tomorrow, Fashion Dolls, we have Ron Cat Spearman. I know this week flew by so fast. We have two shows, um, one before Christmas. You have Christmas Eve and then you have Christmas Day. Joining me Monday, we have Ashley Rose Nichols. So she's from the Vega Martinez's film, Vega's film, The Burden of Nine Lives, and she will be joining me Monday. Then we have Anna Tenney. She's going to be joining me, singer-songwriter. And then tomorrow we have Ron Cat Spearman. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Great lineup. And then closing out the month of December, we have the one and only, again, back for I think his sixth interview. I've lost count because we've done so many. Stephen Voice will be back as we close out December and head into the 19th season of Style by Stevie. Thank you all so much for your love, your unconditional support, for tuning in on a daily. We're going to keep rocking this thing till the wheels fall off, till I can't do it no more, till I can't talk no more, till I can't walk no more. But I am going to be back, Fashion Dolls. So make sure you guys tune in. We'll see you tomorrow, closing out the week. And I love you. And this will be uploaded to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube. Hi, Nubian. I'm about to get off, my girl. So make sure you catch that replay and make sure y'all go and check out Nubian Treasures Handcrafted, black-owned businesses. So going into 2025, I'm gonna give you all an assignment. I want you all to make sure that you are pouring in to black-owned businesses more than ever. It is time for us to start spending within our communities. It really is. I can't say it enough. So make sure you guys go and check her out. And I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Take care, Fashion Dolls.